Family, friends, allies, and elders gather for a nationally celebrated Sisters in Spirit walk, organized locally by Connie Grey Eyes. This is a walk to remember murdered and missing Aboriginal women in our country, something Paige Wild and her family have experienced firsthand.
She was in Edmonton and she was hitchhiking back, and Joe had told her to wait there, but she said that she had met somebody and she had a ride, and then she never showed back up at home.
Paige speaks of her stepsister, Rene Gunning, who went to the West Edmonton Mall for a few days and never returned home to the Peace region.
We don't know what happened. She was just missing.
17-year-old Paige refers to Rene as her sister, but interestingly enough, the two have never met. Paige's mother, Pamela, became involved with Rene's father, Joe, after Rene vanished in 2006. However, Paige's life has been deeply changed because of Rene.
When I heard about it, it affected me greatly because I see DeAndre grow up. He was only 6, and I see him grow up every day without a mom, and he asks questions now because he's a bit older. And we don't have answers for him because we don't know who did this or we don't know what happened.
There was one lead that led to nothing, and for years the family waited to hear anything about what had happened to 19-year-old Rene. And then finally, a break in 2011 led to a bittersweet phone call to Joe to tell him that partial remains of his beloved daughter were found in Grand Prairie.
They found her skull and her backbone. They usually pronounce them dead after 7 years, and it was coming up upon that time, and Joe was just preparing for it, and that's when they had found her.
The huge event is in Ottawa, where Connie, Joe, and DeAndre, along with other Peace Region locals, went to make their voices heard. Back home in Fort St. John, Connie asked Paige to read a nationally shared letter to the audience.
To honor the lives of Aboriginal women.
We went to the Hill to demand justice for our women from Fort St. John. My nephews there and my niece are holding that banner. That's the number of women that are missing or murdered from Fort St. John.
These names are Pamela, Cynthia, Ramona, Joyce, Florence, Annie, Stacy, Rene, Sandra, Nora, Mona, Shirley, and Molly, who, like Paige's sister, Joe's daughter, and DeAndre's mother, will always be remembered as the innocent women they were.
She was an amazing person. She was always she always made everybody laugh and smile, and she was always fun and outgoing, and she was great. She always had a smile.